All right, back with today's vlog check-in, back with making another YouTube video. I'm keeping the streak going. I'm pretty excited to hit 200 videos. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Got a bunch of different cool things in the works, but I'm about to roll today's Stravas. I did 19.7 miles technically of total running today. Technically, but for this thumbnail, I think it's cooler to say I did 20 miles of running today, or I ran 20 miles. It wasn't all at once, but I did 6 miles after I went to church today. I came back and I think at like 2 or 3 p.m. I did like a 10K. It was really hot, but the thing in Florida is that I'm sure if you're in other states, like you can relate to it, but like it'll be really hot in Florida and I'll go for a run and it'll suck, but it's also a nice burn. And accomplishing something difficult like that is very satisfying. It's nice to finish something really challenging like that. Again, I'm not saying it's a weightlifting workout. There's a difference between strength training and cardio. I try not to do too much cardio because it makes me like too lean. It can like make me too skinny. So I try to have a balance, which I'm getting better at. But did 20 miles of running today. Normally on the weekend is when I pack in my high mileage. So I do like my long runs. As of right now, it's like 15 to 20 miles, something within that distance. So I'm pushing like 50 miles a week right now. I'm training for a 31-mile running race in September right now. I do weights and calisthenics. Running is the main type of fitness that I'm the most passionate about because it's high impact. It burns off my ADHD, but it's also so good for my mind. I'll be feeling down or, I'll just be feeling really crappy. And then I'll go for a run, especially outside. And it's just something so proactive for me to do. It kind of forces me to just confront my challenges. And when I go for a run and then I return to whatever work or whatever tedious thing I'm trying to accomplish, it's like gravy. It's a lot easier because I've just done something challenging. I think what's also interesting about ADHD and running is that you get into a nice flow state. And at least for me, it's like the trifecta for me is like having a good stimulant. So having like a nice cup of coffee and then listening to maybe some techno or trance music, going for a run. The first couple of miles I don't really like, but then slowly but surely I start to love it when I kind of like find my groove and find my rhythm. And then slowly but surely everything just kind of like syncs up and I reach that meditative state and it really gets me out of my head and I'm able to enjoy the run. If you don't like running, but you still do it, keep at it because you're gonna start to build a pain tolerance and you can increase it and you're just gonna become better and better as a runner. I try to switch it up. I'm trying to do some more speed work and track work with the run club that I'm a part of. But it's really good to have different types of runs. Like here's my trail run in the mountains. That's altitude training, trying to strengthen my lungs. Here's heat training. There's one triathlete I follow. His name is Lionel Sanders. He's also a great YouTuber, but he does something where he does heat training. He's in the Arizona desert. He'll do an 8-miler as fast as he can. He'll do it at a fast pace, and then he'll do heat training at the hottest time of the day. There's all sorts of different runs. There's different workouts where it's like interval training. We were doing sprints, but then you're breaking it up. There's all sorts of different ways. People kind of experiment. When you get more into ultra running and long distance running, they recommend eating as you run. If you're doing some really long mileage, sometimes people have mashed potatoes or cheese quesadillas or some type of food. And even if you become like kind of like burly and bloated, it's still like pretty good to have. And that's something that I'm trying to get acclimated with, slowly but surely building kind of the endurance engine so I can do the 50K this September and we'll see how it goes. But I think each year I want to have a mix of like getting faster and challenging myself with like exciting track workouts. So pushing myself with my heart rate, but then also doing distance and then also kind of becoming fit in the gym and like having a nice mixture. I've seen some runners, it's like one or the other. They have like amazing stamina and endurance or they're really fast on the track. So I think it's good to have a mix. I mean, similar with film, I don't think you should all be into narrative, but you should understand advertising, you should understand social media, video production, while also like traditional cinema. Like it should be a good balance. It should be a good mix. That's really kind of what I want to emphasize in today's YouTube video is that if you have certain things that you're pursuing, whether it's a movie that you're developing or an album, maybe you're into music or you have a physical challenge, give yourself a couple ambitious things each year to kind of work towards, scale yourself a little bit with some goals that you have And you'd be amazed at what you accomplish if you're kind of compounding your effort and if you're kind of like building up to that. Another reason why I like running, and this will kind of like be the final thing, is that it helps me catch up on a lot of music, because when you're stacking a lot of miles and running a lot, that's a good time to catch up on music, at least for me. Like New Music Friday will hit on Spotify, and then I'll just add like a bunch of like new IDs to my playlists, and then for my long run I'll have like plenty of good music to listen to. I tried listening to an audiobook the other day, but it just wasn't getting me going. Like EDM is like, that's exactly what gets me in the zone. That heart pounding EDM is what I love when I run. That really helps me build that momentum. Like earlier today on my run, it was like the second half of running today, and I just felt like I was really in my groove for the first half of that run. The second half sucked. I got poured on by rain, which you'll probably see in this vlog. But there's different benefits to running and having that time to yourself. It's like an active meditation. It's a nice quiet time that you can have to break away from everything else in your life, to have that time for yourself. Another good reason is that I feel like you enjoy food a little bit more, because you finish that run, you shower, you feel really satisfied in the shower, and then your appetite kind of kicks in, and then you can carb load, because with running and endurance training, carbohydrates equals energy. And then I think another great thing is that it's going to force you to explore the world in a different way. It might make you look at your city in a different way. And for me, it really kind of gets me into nature, it gets me into new trails. And that's just another great way to break away from all of your work and projects and in the city. And you can really get outside and just explore and have fun doing that. So those are some reasons why I run. I want to get more into running and kind of the benefits of ADHD and kind of how those things work together in these videos. But today was my long run day. It was tiring, but I was able to get it done. Not easy in the Florida heat and the Florida summer, but you just got to keep pushing and holding yourself accountable, and you can accomplish your goals. You can accomplish whatever you set your mind to. So that's everything that happened today. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.